name is Skylar Helm, and I grew up in Belleville, Ontario. I grew up with just my mom. She's my number one supporter. She would always put me into dance, gymnastics, skiing, snowboarding, any of it, pageants. And she would always be on the sideline or in the audience, smiling and supporting me, cheering me on. My relationship with my father, because he lived in London, Ontario, which is about 4 hours away, I only saw him a few times a year, but we have a great relationship regardless of the distance. So no one in my circle, in my family, resembled me, except for my neighbor who happened to be mixed as well. I found myself gravitating towards her because of our resemblance. And anytime we would go out in public, people would just assume we were sisters and we had fun playing along. But I didn't realize that my comfort was because we looked alike. Growing up mixed was confusing. For example, like checking off ethnicity boxes on a form. As much as I feel both white and black, people in the world sees me as a black woman. So as much as I feel like I should pick one or the other, I can't. I remember many times being out in public with my mom, and strangers would come up and blatantly ask if I was adopted, or question why I looked different, question the color of my skin. And I always felt very, very uncomfortable with that. Especially as I was younger, because my skin is darker, I just let people assume that that's who I wanted to be, that's who I wanted to show to the world. And being with my dad, because we looked alike, I felt instantly more comfortable with him. Like he understood people's eyes on us when we went in public, or I would never get questioned if I was adopted going out with him like I did with my mom. It just made more sense for people, I guess. I was 6 years old when I decided that I was going to quit ballet. There was no black ballerinas to look up to and aspire to be, and I didn't feel like I belonged in the ballet studio. So for me, I saw dancers that looked like me who did tap and hip hop, so I felt more comfortable staying in those genres. Most of the girls that I danced with growing up were white, and I usually was the only child of color growing up in those studios. I felt like it drawed attention, and I was always very self-conscious. My biggest thing was I always wanted to stick in. I never wanted to be in the front. I never wanted to, have the lead part in the dance, because I felt like it was just gonna draw more attention to me, and I didn't want it. I think racial bias in the healthcare system is real. Being misdiagnosed for 16 years, I think it's important to know that I had many signs that indicated that I was chronically ill, and they were overlooked by many doctors. I was seeing a specialist at the time, and he sent me for a sweat test because he thought I had cystic fibrosis. Unfortunately, I know many people through social media. I'm not the only black person that this has happened to. Some friends now, they were practically on their deathbed before doctors would consider and even test for them to have CF as well. Cystic fibrosis is known as a Caucasian disease, and if I had a doctor that noticed these symptoms before, right from the get-go when I was born, I would have lived a very different life. Being misdiagnosed for 16 years, I feel like I wasn't being heard. I didn't feel seen. I felt like at times when I had these symptoms, it almost felt like I was making it up because they didn't believe me, or they didn't take it seriously, so I must not take it seriously, I'm fine. I feel like all the challenges that I've had in my life, I look at them as life lessons. They make me stronger. I pull out and I'm like, wow, I got through it. I can get through anything now. So anytime a challenge comes up next time, because it's not going to be the end. I look at the last and say, I did it, I got through, bring it on. On a day-to-day basis, my circle motivates me. The people I work with, my friends, my family, all in different ways and all in ways that I need. The number one reason I love being a coach is building the relationships with my clients. A lot of my clients have been really good friends, and not only do I want to think of this journey as like a short-term thing, this is a lifetime journey, and I'm very grateful that I get to see that and experience that with them. Confidence changes your entire aura, from how you feel on the inside about yourself to what exudes on the outside. You're happier, you have a brighter smile, your eyes light up, and you can see that from week 1 to week 4 with new clients. When I see my clients transition to becoming confident, there's no greater feeling. It's exciting. You know, you see the joy on their face, they're surprised. This is why I'm a trainer. I wish I didn't let the fear of sticking out, being the only person of color, keep me from doing things that I wanted to do. I knew from at the age of 6 that I didn't want to be a ballerina because of that. I wish I told myself that you do belong here. If that's what you want, if that's your passion, you're in the right spot. I would tell the younger generation that find something that excites you to work towards. Our motivation comes from progress, and when you see progress, you keep going. So when you find something that you like, it's going to make it that much easier.